Hello, what is up guys? EvilDuoStorm here today, back with another Black Desert video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Heidel Ball, which went live on September 24th of 2022, going over all of the super important things that came from this. For those of you that are new to Black Desert, or you've never been around for a Heidel Ball or a Calpheon Ball or any of these different ball type events in Black Desert, basically the devs come out and give you a roadmap of your next 3 to 4 months in Black Desert, and let me tell you, this one is absolutely insane. You see the clickbait in the title, it's not even clickbait because it's all real, and I gotta say, this is probably gonna be like the best 3 months of Black Desert like ever. Now this live stream was 4 hours long, and you probably don't have time to watch the whole thing, but don't worry, I got you covered. I went through it, I made a spreadsheet with all the important timestamps if you want to watch anything I'm gonna talk about during this video. And both of those will be linked in the description below, so if you see something I talk about and want more information, you can go to the live stream and see the full thing. I'm just going to run through and recap the live stream as quickly as possible though, so you get all the important information, all the important codes, all the important freebies. And yeah, quickly before we get into it though, if you are new to my channel, new to Black Desert, or you've been watching videos on the channel and still have not subscribed yet, please consider it. It helps grow my channel, you stay up to date with new content like this, and we both win. So without further ado, let's get into it and start off with the first huge thing that came about 18 minutes in. And that is the Magnus. So this is a new system in Black Desert where you're going to enter through a well to go through a bunch of different challenges, mini games, as well as a bunch of other stuff. So they put this graphic up on the screen here that shows 17, I counted, total different like little worlds, challenges, mini game type things inside of this Magnus that you're going to have to complete. And completing those is going to give you insane stuff that you're 100% going to want to do, and don't worry, I'll be making guides for it when it comes out. So during the live stream, they put up some previews of these different scenarios, and basically you'll see from them running here in the background that they're kind of like little puzzle challenge type situations. This isn't meant to be some like difficult exclusive content. You'll be able to do this at level 15. There won't be any sort of gear restrictions to it. So a new player can do these just as well as a super advanced player, and you're all going to want to do them, I promise. So as far as rewards for completing all of these, the first one is a pen piece of gear. So just like the Jatina questline, you'll get a non-tradable, non-market available piece of gear that you can use on your characters. So yeah, that's super important, especially as a new player. Easy gear progression right there. Do it in line with the Jatina questline. Super useful. Second thing that you're going to get from this thing is going to be a new skill for your class, and the new skills look absolutely insane. I have a timestamp of it in a few minutes that I'll jump to. The one for the Musa that they showed during the live stream, but yeah, absolutely insane stuff with this. Third thing, and probably the most important thing with this whole thing, is that this is going to be the new fast travel mechanic. You'll be able to go into one well, come out in another, and travel around the game world in Black Desert. Super cool right there with that one. Another reason why you're going to want to complete this whole system. Then, after that, the next thing that might be even better than the previous one is going to be the fact that you can connect all of your storages through this system. So you'll be able to access your like Heidel storage in Valencia or send stuff to different locations. It's going to be absolutely insane. It's connecting the whole world of Black Desert through this Magnus system. So that's their whole idea with this. It's like a multiverse, parallel universe type situation where you'll be able to link all these different things, unlock a bunch of different things. It's really just fantastic in general. Now I'm going to jump to the new skill demo that they showed for the Musa because it's absolutely insane, and as you all know, I am a Musa main, and like, it looks sick. Like, look at this. Look at it! Anyway, when I was watching this back, I think I got up and screamed, like, a lot. It was absolutely insane. I think the expression used was poggy woggies, so it's fantastic. And that's an inside joke if you watched the live stream. But if you didn't,
that is a poggy woggies.
Poggy woggies. We've infected you.
And I guess the best part about this whole Magnus system is that it releases October 12th. So only 2.5 more weeks until this thing is coming out. Absolutely awesome. But that basically covers the entirety of the Magnus here. Again, there's like 20 some odd minutes of them talking about it in the live stream. I'm just giving you the highlights, and we're going to keep on rolling. And I guess just to briefly cover what goes on, they give away a bunch of codes, which will all be at the end of the video, as well as linked in the description. So if you want to watch those or pick those up, you can get them there. And then around the 50 some odd minute mark, they bring out a band, orchestra sort of situation, and the music's actually really good. So if you are interested in music, you can go for that. But the real stuff doesn't pick back up until the hour and 12 minute mark in here, where they start talking about class balance. And basically your TLDR through this whole region here is going to be that they're going to switch to faster balance patches. So instead of doing sweeping changes of tons of different classes like we've seen in the past, they're just going to target problem classes and either nerf or buff as required. We already talked about the new skills that the classes are going to get, and I did show you the Musas, but they also put one out for the Sage here. So if you want to see the Sage skill, that's the new Sage skill that they've released. They haven't shown any ones other than that. So you got those two skills as a little preview, and they show a little combo of each of them. Now, to the hour and 25 minute mark, this is where this thing gets absolutely bonkers. They're going to reduce the average skill points required for every class to right around 1,000 skill points. So instead of needing like 2,000, 2,500 skill points for some of the top end builds for every single class, all you're going to need is 1,000. The reason they're doing this is because they looked at characters and players and saw when they were kind of stopping to play a character and found out that it was between 1,100 and 1,300 skill points. So they figured, hey, why don't we make it easier for everybody, put it at 1,000, let them get all their skills and have some fun. And in your head, you're probably like, wow, man, I grinded Polyspores for 12 years and I can't use those points anymore. No. It gets even better. They talked about what you're going to be able to do with the excess skill points, and you're going to be able to turn them in to an increase to your character's weight capacity, which I think is absolutely brilliant. And they said they're thinking about it, but they're definitely going to do it, right, Pearl Abyss? But yeah, if you think about it, it incentivizes PvE life skill players to continue to grind because they have to go and get extra carry weight. It also incentivizes players that have played forever to get bonus carry weight for their rewards, and it incentivizes people who want to keep playing and grinding to get more bonuses from that. So all in all, it would be an absolutely awesome change. So again, 1,000 skill points required for your build on your class, Succession or Awakening, and any extra skill points can go into your character's weight capacity. Now, as a downside of this, they did say that they're going to have to reset your skills, so oh no. But there's some like lesser quickly mentioned things in there. They're going to revamp lesser used skills for classes, and that's pretty much it that came in the class balance section. Moving on to the 133 mark, they started talking about PvE content that people do, like grinding related stuff. So they're going to add in the ability to choose between Elvia or non-Elvia grind zones whenever you arrive at a grind zone, to open up more regions for people to grind in outside of the Marnie's realm. So that's coming out on October 5th. Speaking of Marnie's realm, they're not going to increase the time capacity inside of that anymore, so you're kind of just stuck with the 1 hour. Still though, pretty nice change that came a couple months back. And then around the hour and 38 minute mark, they brought up a pretty cool infographic. So the top bar is before the Calpheon Elvia zones. 16% of people were using the Serendia Elvia zones, 84% were using the normal grinding spots. When Calpheon did release, 17 to Serendia, 15 to Calpheon, 68 everywhere else. And now that we've kind of settled out in the game, you have 10% of people in the Serendia regions, only 3% doing Calpheon, and then the 87% is doing Centaurs. Ha ha ha. No, but they actually released another infographic right after that saying, look, not everyone is doing Centaurs, they're doing all sorts of different places. But this is a split of all the different grind zones and who's grinding it where and whatnot. So maybe 2 infographics that you want to keep just for fun, just to see what people are doing. The Google Translate app does work on this, so if your phone has the Google Translate app, you can use that and read it. But other quicker mentioned things within this little section, they talked about how they're going to increase the income of some grinding zones to bring them up to par, and that they're also going to add a way to swap around the cup item between your characters so you don't have to grind other stuff for them. At the hour and 43 minute mark, they start talking about the Ataraxian Dungeon. 1 hour 44 and 20 seconds brings up a little teaser trailer for the Ataraxian Dungeon, the new one that's coming. So the I can't even pronounce that, I'm not even going to try. But yeah, so this will be the 3rd one. It's going to be a similar difficulty level to the previous. The last one, the 4th one, is going to be significantly more difficult to play against, so you'll have to deal with that if you're doing these. They're also going to reduce the amount of time it takes to get to the different bosses, and to help incentivize new players to want to do these, they're going to add in the ability to gain bonus rewards for your first clear of the normal one to try and get people to do it more. And they're also adding a way to do these storylines single player so that you don't have to join up with a party, that way you can still experience the story. And they're targeting a November release for this on the global release. So sometime in the next couple of months. At the hour and 57 minute mark, they start talking about guild-related things. So the first one and probably most important thing is that the con raid will not let other guilds mess with you anymore. So they're going to bring that in an update. Can't get killed while you're doing the con raid, kind of like a darker sort of situation, which is pretty cool. They also plan to buff the rewards from field bosses to incentivize people to do them some more. The node war system is going to be reverted back to the old system, but they're going to put some penalties on sniping, which means nothing to me because I don't do node wars, but if you like to do that PvP stuff, then you probably know what that is, and you're probably happy because the people were clapping in the audience when they were talking. I guess that's a rough B-roll to put for that line. And then around the 2 hour and 5 minute mark, they move on into the life skilling stuff, my favorite category. First thing is that there's going to be a faster lifestone exchange system, so the 3-to-1 exchange that you can do is going to be made faster. They're going to add a skip animation function for alchemy stones. They're also going to make it so that if you're like upgrading workshops or upgrading storages, it'll do it all at once instead of having to wait like time in between each upgrade, kind of a nice little quality of life improvement. And then the 2 biggest ones that most people are going to be excited about, the first one is going to be the ability to use Agris Fever for gathering. So this is something I've complained about like since Agris Fever came out, and I am very excited that they are finally going to be implementing it. So very, very, very excited that all my life skill gear is going to be worth some bonus money now. They're also working on a crystal preset system, so this one's going to be tough and going to take a little bit longer for them to implement, but an ability to swap your crystals over. At the 2 hour and 16 minute mark, they start going through different like projects that have been canceled or put on hold that they might have discussed before. So the first one is the 10v10 arena mode. That is being canceled simply because the Arena of the Solaire is the natural successor to that. So they're going to spend more time focusing on making Arena of Solaire better rather than continuing to develop the 10v10 game mode. Kind of disappointing. I was looking forward to it. They had a pretty cool idea with it, but I'm guessing they'll probably make Arena of Solaire similar, and the idea that it'll be like the sort of ranked PvP game mode that they'll have competitions for, similar to like a Worlds kind of situation in League of Legends. Obviously not as big, and I know Worlds is going on right now, and I'm probably going to get like beat up in the comments. But that was their goal, some sort of gameplay competition, esport type mode. And I'm assuming they're just going to push Arena of Solaire into that mode instead. The Black Star Raid has been postponed indefinitely. They want to fix the other bosses first. The Terror of the Abyss has been canceled. They made it, played it, and said it was too hard and not fun. So they said, yeah, we're not going to do that, which is kind of interesting. But at least they test their stuff, right? The trade rework that they talked about releasing September of last year is being put on hold. There's too many issues, and they need to work through them, so no timeline on that one. It's on hold. They're going to do it at some point, but on hold for now. And then another thing they shared with the Mountain of Eternal Winter was going to be the snowboarding ability. They played it a little bit, said, yeah, that was fun to do once, and then they never touched it again on the development side, so they said, no point in releasing this, nobody's ever going to use it. We'll spend more time focusing those resources elsewhere, so sorry if you were looking forward to snowboarding. At the 2-hour, 22-minute mark, they give you a preview of the new region coming to the game, and that is going to be the Land of Morning Light. So it's going to be like a Korean theme, Korean-inspired. Coming soon, TM. They put like winter up there, but by the time it gets to us, it's going to be later on the NAEU region. And they didn't seem like too committed to the way that they were saying it, but it's going to be a Korean-inspired new region. The region is the Port Rat region. If you've been on any of my live streams, when people ask me what's coming next, I always say this thing. It was previewed like 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago, as being the region after the Mountain of Eternal Winter. So yeah, definitely coming out here pretty soon. Definitely going to be pretty cool. And I'm excited for it. At the 2-hour and 30-minute mark, they start talking about Fallen God armors and upgrades. So the gloves and shoes are targeted for release this winter. And interesting, the Lieber's gloves and Beg's gloves will have 2 different unique paths for upgrades. So we'll see what that looks like when it does come out. They didn't put any like preview up to show you the stats. Then around the 2-hour and 32-minute mark, they start talking about different outfits coming to the game. And this runs for like a whole 15 minutes of just showcasing outfits. So I'm not going to like sit here and like click through all of these. But tons of different outfits that are coming to the game. And that is actually the last like major information they share, because then they move on to like mini games and quizzes and all sorts of different things that give different prizes. But yeah, that's kind of the way that the rest of the live stream trails on out. So it was pretty cool, a lot of cool information given out during the live stream. Now let's get into some other stuff here. First things first, all of the different coupon codes are linked in this post that they put out on the NAEU website. I will copy paste it into the description of the link, and I'll also put the codes down below. But lots of cool stuff that came out with this. As we're typically used to, we got the Jay's Hammer, an Advice of Alex of 150, 2,000 Crown Stones, a Premium Outfit Box, a Classic Outfit Box, 2,000 Loyalties, Courser Training Boxes, Shining Seals, Combat EXP Scrolls, Weapon Exchange Coupon Boxes, all sorts of crap, like tons of stuff. Like, I don't even know how much that's worth, but there's a ton of money there. Probably $100 worth of crap, or more. Probably more than that sitting in that box. So make sure to redeem that code. It is only active through December 6th, so you only have 3 months to claim it. We also got an Advice of Alex plus 70, and a Secret Scroll of Pure Equilibrium, so make sure to exchange all of these different things. Again, copy-paste the codes in. There also are going to be EXP buffs running through October 12th. Then there's going to be a series of login rewards for the next couple of days following this, so through the 11th of October. Shikatsu seals, cron stones, upgrade boxes, all sorts of crazy stuff in there, so yeah, make sure to log into the game after as well. And then that basically covers the major changes, major updates, and major information that came with this. So like I said, absolutely insane. There are so many different things that came with this. I'm super excited for it, but now it's your turn to let me know what you think down below. What's your favorite thing that came from this? Are you excited for, most excited for? Let me know. And yeah, guys, thank you all so much for watching once again. I look forward to seeing you at the next live stream over on Twitch, the next YouTube video right here, or wherever I happen to see you. Peace.